Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. CCX here. Welcome back to the Legend of Zelda. Wow. Welcome back to Brave Friends of Musashi. In the last episode, we ended up completing the final trials. And now in this episode, we're finally going to go ahead and finish the final trial in Brave Friends of Musashi. This is being done post, sadly, because for some reason my mic wanted to go ahead and troll me and shut off. I don't understand that. I don't get why it did that. It makes no sense. There's no reason for it. But whatever. I am now doing this post. So, for this final trial, we have to go ahead and be at the mercy of the isometric platforming. As you can see here, trying to actually complete this is a little bit difficult because the platform for Brave Fence Musashi is not really that good. It hasn't aged well at all. I guess what I could go into detail is the fact that how is, everything else going to come into play later, and will we be able to have a much better control and jumping? Well, yes, we will. Will it be a little bit better? I don't really know, because it could still be, it could really be one or the other. It can be crappy or it could be non-crappy. But the point is that this is the final trial. Once we complete this, we're completely done. Also, if you do destroy the Vampies, don't think that they're gone forever, because they will try to crawl and try to bite you and nibble on you. It's not really that great, and it's kind of weird, just a little bit weird. Alright, now there's something I didn't know. I didn't know those slimes, if they explode, they end up dropping antidote herbs, so that's good. So, yeah. Now for this section here, since this is being done, what is actually being done? This is being done post, so that means I won't be cutting. Huh. I thought that I can complete this, but then I end up really falling asleep at this point, so I have to use a mint to wake myself up. I don't know how mints end up causing you to become, wake up. I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense. So I end up pushing the blocks here. What you're supposed to do, you're actually supposed to push the block over on the second eye, not the first eye at the top, because if you do the first eye, you essentially screw yourself over and you can't really jump, or you can't MacGyver your way across it either, because they only go in one path. They're kind of almost similar to ice blocks in a sense. So yeah, I am trying to do something, and it's like, okay, it's not working. It's like, I could be a cheese bastard. It's like, I can't push it. It's like, whatever. I screwed this up twice, mind you, and I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. I don't know why the mic even shut off. It doesn't make any sense, but you know what, whatever. This is the now, and we are just, we're not doing it live, we're doing it post. I wish I was doing it live, because it'd be a lot more interesting. Like I said, I don't like post. Post is just not good. It's so boring to me. To me, it's boring. To others, it's probably a little bit better, but to me, it's... I don't know. It's like, because the reactions, it's like, how can you react to something that's post? Like, unless it's like a story-driven RPG. Sure, you can go ahead and react to it, but this is not, there's no story progression here. It's just us going through a temple and trying to, fix the problem. Now, there is no side quests for in Brave Friends of Musashi. There's like no, they're not like long side quests that will end up giving you something that will be endgame territory. But during this part, the cloth that we got is actually very important. It's one of the legendary armors. Now, you guys are probably saying, oh, is that part of the legendary armor? That's actually an optional legendary armor. Because the thing is that you can have one or the other. You can have the legendary blanket that allows you to be able to sleep better. And I think it restores all of your... Oh, wait. Before I continue that, this section here, you need to simulate that ghost, so you end up gaining the ability Sublime. It's a good thing that I don't end up reading the text a lot every single time, so it's a lot faster for me to actually talk about stuff a little bit better. Alright, so legendary cloth, you can end up getting the legendary, I think it's the legendary bracelet, or it's probably legendary gloves, I don't remember. But I know it's one of them is the legendary blanket. One of them increases your attack strength, your critical damage, which is when you see that shiny bling of light, that shiny red light on an enemy. And the other one will go ahead and increase your sleeping capabilities, making you be able to sleep fully and not for just the 30%. So it's really up to you. Would you like to sleep more, or would you like to have a much better critical hit rate? I would say this: critical hit for the crest, well, actually, critical hits is useful for certain bosses. It's not useful for the Crest Guardians, obviously, because the Crest Guardians always has 3 phases, is what people would insinuate it is, because you're not hitting them directly. Like, the first boss, you never hit him directly. You only hit his crystal, his core, I should say, and that did massive damage, but that's it. There is gonna be one other boss that, depending on how much you hit it, it will, die. It will probably expose his core a bit faster. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't know which one I'm gonna get. I might get the blanket because, sleep, or I might get the critical hit one. I don't know. It really all depends. Then again, I can't really ask people in the comments, which one should I get? Not like it matters anyways, because I'm going to get it anyways. Like, what the why even ask? Like, seriously, why even freaking ask? That's, like, so stupidly pointless. Yeah, it really is stupidly pointless, I gotta say. Like, my god. Alright, now for this section here, we have to use Sublime and be careful to not hit the spikes. Luckily enough, it doesn't really matter because I end up getting Sublime blocked by a ghost. So, I end up just doing it naturally and seeing, because if I take damage, it doesn't really matter. Because I got friggin', S revive. So if I die, I'll just come back to life. S revives are by far the best thing ever. They're literally helping you out in the stickiest situations that, the game has to offer. Because holy crap, it's ridiculous. Hey, you guys are probably wondering, where is the final? And the final Joe. Sorry. Whew. The final Bencho. It's down there. Luckily enough, when we go in that room, a teleporter will show up and we'll be able to go and come back up. So, thank God for that. So, this is the reason why I can't do posts. I suck at posts. Man. It really sucks, though, because that would kind of indicate that I won't be doing posts for any of the RPGs, so that should be very friggin' interesting. It doesn't matter. I guess during this time, I can also do a little bit of an update. Well, updated for now. So far, things are going well. The channel is being proper. I'm now trying to be able to stream a bit more often now. So, that's a thing. Because, I kind of want to do the streaming. But the thing is that me talking on this mic and wearing this headset is not really good. I know I could just always turn on the headset, but then I won't be able to hear the sound, and that would be kind of bad for me, to be honest. But, having this headset sort of works, I guess. we hit this Bicho field, we get ourselves the final person in this, well, the second to final person in this area, because there is one more person in the stone area that we saw before in the last episode. But this guy will end up teaching us another sword technique, which we're going to learn at the end of this episode. And once you save him, teleporter will show up, and let's vamos! Alright, so Samurai Legend Musashi. I don't know how to feel about that game. Most people say that it's an underrated game, and I agree. It is. Would I go ahead and recommend it to people? I can't really say that because I never played it. I shouldn't say I never played it because I did play some of it, and then there's a reason why I didn't like it, because it wasn't, the Brave Fencer Musashi I know and love. But if anyone says that, oh, it's not a Brave Fencer Musashi, it's Samurai Legend Musashi. Here's the thing. If it has things that are like the Bincho Fields, it has a thing that's like the Luminous Sword, it has a thing that's like almost like the Fusion Sword, then it's literally like Brave Fencer Musashi. Don't tell me otherwise. That's like saying Shadow the Hedgehog is not a Sonic game, alright? I don't want to hear that. Just because it doesn't have a same or similar title by saying Sonic the Hedgehog and it just has shadows splashed on it, doesn't mean it ain't a Sonic game. Alright? It has a bunch of things. Collect rings. Collect Chaos Emeralds. Go through stages. Jump through hula hoops and all that other nonsense, alright? Sheesh. I'm sorry. That's probably like the only argument that I really hate when people end up coming up with stuff. Like, there's actually, I can't even say there's an exception to that either, because any series, because that's like saying Zelda 2 is not a Zelda game because it's not called The Legend of Zelda. It's called Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. But no, it still is a Zelda game, because what are you doing? You are going through dungeons, you are finding treasures, you are finding special items. It's a Zelda game. Alright? Okay. Just gonna leave that alone. It's kind of also like the same thing you can say for Federation Force. Ooh! I went there, even though I never played Federation Force, but I've heard from a lot of people that it's a really good game, which I'm glad for. Yes, and I know the same could be said about Paper Mario Color Splash, even though I don't really want to go. I don't want to open that can of worms because that's pretty mundane at this point. People will enjoy it. People will dislike it. People will butcher at it. And people will go ahead and say, oh, this game sucks. It's terrible. And I don't like it. Why Nintendo doesn't listen to us. Blah, 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 blah. That's pretty much what it is. It's like, that's really what it is. I mean, what are you going to do? I can't really say much about Paper Mario because I never grew up with it. So, yeah. I never played the likable, favorable one, Thousand Year Door. So, yeah. I don't have much of an attachment as most people would. But that's mostly because I never played it. So, I mostly like to have someone who's has grown up with the series from the ground up and tell me their experiences on the game, because then it helps a bit better. It's kind of like the Federation Force fans, where if you're a true Metroid fan, and like I'm a Metroid fan myself, but the thing is that I kind of rarely use my 3DS for anything, so that's my reasoning for not getting it, and I'm also kind of saving my money for something else, so yeah, that's my reason. I'm not buying it because, oh, I dislike this game because, blah, you need friends to be able to have some fun, and the single player sucks, and I just don't like it because it ends up making me angry. Why is Nintendo making fun of Metroid Prime like that? It's not really that terrible at all. Anyways, during this appraisal, we end up getting ourselves a flute, a pie plate, a shovel, the legendary cloth, the bedpan. You got some bedpans, right? Bedpans, that very thing that people use in the hospitals when you can't Evacuate your bowels. Why is this a thing? Even when I was in a hospital, I never really had a bedpan. I'm kind of glad I didn't have a bedpan. That'd be kind of really friggin' terrible. I mean, at least I could go ahead and evacuate my bowels. And I'm gonna stop talking about my bowels now, because now that just sounds creepy. Once you talk about my bowels now, it's like, nah, man, I want to talk about my bowels some more. Please stop. Oh, man. It's like, oh, yeah. During this time, when I was doing the the live recording, which I thought was recorded, I ended up saying that I was going to quit LPing because I suck so bad at platforming. But, nah. I enjoy this way too much. And also, we got ourselves wow, I completely disregarded that we got ourselves the legendary armor. We got ourselves the legendary belt. Ow, my ears. We got ourselves the legendary belt, and that is going to allow us to double jump. So, our jumping, or lack thereof, now we defy physics entirely because we can double jump. You know, I always ask this question: how are double jumps insinuated, and how come Link does not have a double jump at this point? He can jump now in Breath of the Wild. Oh, excuse me. Breath of the Oh, sorry, folks. That was very inappropriate of me. But anyways, as I said, he can jump. He can jump in Breath of the Wild, and it took him you know what? That's like effing Snorlax, who took what? I'm not really sure how many years, but it took him till 2014 or 15 or whatever. I'm not sure. I forgot when X and Y came out, but it took him until that long for that stupid, lazy mother effer to get the hell up. Like, seriously? It gonna take you that long? Get the fuck up, man! Like, Jesus! You're a damn... I mean, I know you're a lazy Pokemon. Hell, Munchlax walks around, and all of a sudden you become a goddamn... So, if he was Snorlax from the prior, wouldn't that make him Walkslax? Because, you know, he can walk now. Because there's Munchlax, and he munches. There's Snorlax, and he snores. Are we going to have a Mega Evolution that's called Walkslax? I mean, Walkslax kind of sounds forced. Then again, so is Wheezing and Coughing. And Ekans and Arbok. Where this is Cobra and Snake backwards. It's not really that interesting, guys. Like, so is the Viper supposed to be like Serpent? Is that what it is? Man, Pokemon is stupid. Oh man. Anyways, we're visiting the people at the All You Can Eat Kingdom again. And we're going to visit two Pacific people. The Knitter, who will end up telling us that we need to go and talk to Denerita, who will go ahead and craft whatever. She'll make whatever out of the cloth. But she'll actually take a specific amounts of days before she actually fixes it up. So, yeah. And now we're going to learn the next ability from Night Sea. As soon as I end up... Oh, this is because the thing is I'm kind of explaining it here. So, yeah, this is a problem with post-recording live stuff. You get snags in the middle. It's always fun, right? The Miracle Worker, thank you very much. As I promised, I'll show you my special technique. I accidentally devised this technique out of complete fear. It's called the Desperado. Desperado? Well, like you... how is that? What is this? What is that? Like, I mean, you guys can't see my hands, but it's just him swinging his sword around, just falling... I don't... Alright. Whatever. I mean, it says I'm going to use it. I might use it. I might not. I don't know. I mean... Okay. Anyways... It's funny, because Knight D will be teaching us a very awesome ability. But we're done here. So now, ladies and gentlemen, in the next episode of Brave Fencer Musashi, we'll be visiting the church and trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And also, because we need to go down to the well because nobody else in this village is going to do it. So, I've been CCX. Sorry for the fact that this had to be re-recorded as post, because I know you guys love it when it's live, but whatever. Anyways, I'll be seeing you guys next time. CCX, over and out. See yas!